There are many mysteries surrounding the Philosopher's Stone. It is a mythical substance of particular importance in alchemy, medieval chemical science and philosophical tradition aimed to transform base metals into gold, create an elixir to extend life indefinitely, and achieve spiritual perfection. However, some legends suggest that it was actually a metaphor for spiritual or philosophical truth rather than physical substance. According to this interpretation, the pursuit of the stone symbolized the search for enlightenment or wisdom. In the Western world, some of the most brilliant minds like Robert Boyle and Sir Isaac Newton searched for such mystery. What powers does the Philosopher's Stone have? Does it actually exist? Would the religious leaders have concealed such power for their own benefit? Wouldn't humanity deserve to take advantage of its transmutation powers to end the ills of the world? Those who have studied the writings of the ancient alchemists have always been mystified by what is said concerning the Philosopher's Stone and the process of transmuting the base metals into gold. These claims have naturally given rise to a great deal of vague speculation, curiosity, and perplexing narratives, such as one about a man named Nicholas Flamel and his wife, Baronelle Flamel, who are supposed to have made the use of the stone's ability to obtain immortality and thus chose to live very private lives. According to legends, they have been married for over 600 years. The ancient Rosicrucians also believed in the existence of the Philosopher's Stone and saw it as a symbol of spiritual transformation. They believed that the stone represented the ultimate goal in the spiritual path, which was to achieve union with the divine and attain enlightenment. According to Rosicrucian teachings, pursuing the Philosopher's Stone was closely tied to the attainment of secret knowledge, or gnosis. This knowledge was believed to be hidden within the natural world and could be accessed through studying alchemy, astrology, and other esoteric disciplines. The Rosicrucians saw the Philosopher's Stone as a symbol of their own secret knowledge, which they believed held the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe and achieving spiritual enlightenment. They believed that by studying the stone and using it to transform matter, they could also transform their own consciousness and achieve a higher state of being. To further understand the meaning of the Philosopher's Stone, we need to know more about Max Hindle. Max Hindle was a Danish-American occultist and mystic who was the founder of the Rosicrucian Fellowship, a modern spiritual organization that promotes the study of esoteric wisdom and the development of spiritual growth. Hindle's teachings were influenced by many spiritual and philosophical traditions, including Christianity, Theosophy, and Rosicrucianism, and his writings significantly shaped the development of modern esoteric and New Age movements. He believed in the existence of a higher spiritual realm and the potential for humans to develop their own spiritual abilities and connect with this realm through practices such as meditation and self-improvement. He also believed in the concept of reincarnation and the idea that the soul progresses through a series of lives in order to learn and grow. According to Hindle, only a few hundred years ago, life and liberty were endangered by the expression of opinions in advance of the commonly accepted views. For this reason, the alchemists, who had studied more deeply than the majority, were forced to embody their teachings in highly allegorical and symbolical language. Their teaching concerning the spiritual evolution of man and their use of the terms salt, sulfur, mercury, and azoth, so mystifying to the masses, were nevertheless rooted in cosmic truths, highly illuminating to the initiate. Hindle also says that what the Rosicrucians consider the Philosopher's Stone comes from an understanding of the spinal cord as the principal laboratory for the alchemist, through which what is referred to as spinal spirit fire is generated by turning creative forces upward through the spinal canal, passing it between the pituitary body and the pineal gland in the brain. The manipulation of such energies would give a person the third eye to perceive higher levels of reality, gain access to spiritual knowledge, or simply see the spiritual worlds. The alchemical process is accomplished in the spinal cord, where the salt, sulfur, mercury, and azoth are found. It is raised to incandescence by high and noble thought, by meditation upon spiritual subjects, and by altruism expressed in daily life. The second half of the creative energy, thus drawn upward through the spinal canal, is the spinal spirit fire, the serpent of wisdom. Gradually, it is raised higher and higher, and when it reaches the pituitary body and the pineal gland in the brain, it sets them to vibrate, opening up the spiritual worlds and enabling a person to commune with the gods. Then this fire radiates in all directions and permeates the whole body and its auric atmosphere, and that person has become a living stone whose luster surpasses that of a diamond or the ruby. He is then the Philosopher's Stone. According to some spiritual and metaphysical traditions, the concept of a third eye associated with the pineal gland is believed to be activated through the secretion of certain chemicals or hormones from the gland. Some people believe that stimulating the pineal gland and increasing the secretion of these chemicals makes it possible to open the third eye and access higher states of consciousness or achieve spiritual enlightenment. This belief is often based on the idea that the pineal gland is the seat of the soul, or the gateway to the spirit world, and that by activating it, individuals can tap into higher levels of consciousness or connect with the divine. There are many other symbols and similes taken from the world of chemistry and applied to the processes of spiritual growth, eventually making people living stones in the temple of God. But enough has been said to show what was meant by the ancient alchemists by such terms and the reason why they clothed their teachings in symbolical language. The way of initiation is, however, and has always been open to anyone who really and truly seeks enlightenment and is willing to pay the price in the coin of self-denial and self-sacrifice. Therefore, seek the temple door, and you shall find it. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. If you seek prayerfully, if you knock persistently, and if you labor manfully, you will in time reach the goal, and you will become the Philosopher's Stone. Hindle passed away in 1919, but his legacy lives on through the Rosicrucian Fellowship, and many people continue to be inspired by his teachings and believe they contain the missing key to understanding the true meaning of the Philosopher's Stone. This and other mysteries were secrets and still remain hidden from most of us. These other two videos talk about precisely that. There are several lines of thinking that believe in the concept of the Philosopher's Stone, and the oldest of these is Hermeticism. However, that is a subject for a future video.